This is the video tutorial for the Module 9 of the Mobile Programming 1 course, Lists, Web Browsers, and Multi-Activity Applications. So for this activity, your application name should be Module 9, and your required SDK, target, and compiled with should be the ice cream sandwich version. And then after you've done it, just click Next. And then as usual for the couple of activities before we did this, just make your activity name and layout name as main and then click finish. So the thing that we're gonna do here is, before we do something about the layout or your design, we are first going to do, or we are first going to have changes on your code. So for this instance, we are going to change the activity to list activity, and then we are going to delete the second at override, and then we are going to make or import your list activity as an application, and then delete Android app activity and also Android view dot menu, and then also delete set content our layout view, and then just below we are going to type string browser equals and also google.com, and then close it and then semicolon. And then we are also going to include set list adapter and new array adapter string, and then this comma r.layout.main, also comma, and then r.id.txt browser. So we haven't done this yet, although I'm going to show you later how we are going to connect everything, and then semicolon. So once this is done, just go ahead and import array adapter as a widget, and then we can go now and check the main.xml. So for this instance, we're just going to delete the welcome message first, and then we are going to add a text view programmatically rather than what we have been doing the past couple of modules we're in. We are just adding it directly. So just follow the code that I'm typing. So the difference of you being able to do this programmatically than changing it, just putting it directly, is that for this example and for if you still have, or if you're gonna get your mobile programming too, this is going to give you much better this is going to give you a much better leeway in the event that you are going to try to program something wherein everything is going to be customized. So this is basically what I'm trying to do right now. So if you will notice, if you'll check the other things that the other text views that we have done before, I'm going to skip a couple of entries. So I'm just gonna finish it and then just compare it with the with your other just compare this with your other text view examples from before and see the difference. So what I'm not gonna omit right now in programming this is all of the layout, Android layout, with the exception of the layout width and layout height. but everything else is going to be different, because this is where we are going to be putting the array entries that we've put in a while ago. Then just text in txt browser. So for this instance, your Android ID and Android text should be the same, because we are going to be calling the coding part is going to be calling the text view that we are trying to type in right now. Okay, so once we are done here, just go ahead and save, and then we are going to go back. We are going to go back to the we're going to go back to the main.java and then try to continue programming. Okay, so now what we're going to do, what we are going to do is we're going to be basically adding the functions that will be needed to pull out the separate lists and the web browsers. So what will happen here is, after after I'm done with typing or with putting in the code, once you run this on your phones or on your devices, which is going to be done on your which is going to be shown on your module 10, you will see that once I click on the first array entry, it's going to go to yahoo.com, and the second one is going to go to google.com. Although in this instance, once we run this on the emulator, it's just going to give us a blank screen, because it's in emulator mode still. So I'm just going to continue here. So list view L, comma, and then view V, comma as well, and then int possession, and also long ID. So we are just going to import list view, and also import view, and don't forget the comma here, and then curly brace. For this instance, we are going to be using switch. So switch position, and then I have a feeling that most of you have seen have done your switch, wherein your first case is going to be 1. So for Android, as long as you're typing in, or as long as you're programming in Android, the first entry will always be 0. And in this instance, there's no need for us to basically have uh, the default button. It's not needed here right now. So just type in action view, and then comma, and then URI.parse. So the URI.parse basically makes us link our application to the website that we want to connect. So in this case, it's it's HTTP and then yahoo.com, and then don't forget the slash after yahoo.com, and then semicolon, and then type in break. And then the next thing that we're gonna do is type in case 1 and start activity, and then new intent, just the same as what we did last time. Then intent action underscore view colon, and then URI.parse again, although this time the web browser is going to be google.com, and then semicolon after the last parenthesis, and also the break statement. So the next thing now is save our work, and then we are going to run it to check if it's working. So as mentioned before, what's going to happen is, right now we are not going to be connecting to either Yahoo or Google, although once you've uh, done, or once you've seen your module 10, so just go ahead and install this app, this application to your to your device, and you'd be able to directly connect to both browsers. So just rename this as module 10, and also for project, then we are going to see here if it's working. So if this will work on your on the emulator, it's also gonna work directly on your devices, although on your devices you'd be able to see both websites once you've clicked it. So we are just going to wait for this to load. So on my end it's already loaded, so just go ahead and check on your end as well if this is also gonna work. So on your emulator, once you've run it successfully, this is supposed to look like this. One yahoo.com, one google.com. Although once we've clicked this, since this is still in emulator mode, it's just gonna give us a blank page. Although as I mentioned a while ago, if you are going to try to run this directly on your devices, this is supposed to give you the Yahoo page that we have that you currently have once you type in Yahoo on your computers. Okay, so I will be seeing you again for the next module, for module 10. Thank you.